Hello, this is the Football Fanatic 95 and I'm back on Football Manager 2013. I'm starting today with a new video and it's going to be on players I recommend signing, whether they're because they're cheap or because they're good and cheap. So we're going to start off today with this shortlist I've compiled together, and it's going to be starting off with Giuseppe Rossi. If it wants to actually load, that would be quite nice. Yeah, right, there we go. So here we have Giuseppe Rossi. He's only 25, which is the first thing to note. And I mean, look at his stats. Absolutely incredible. He's got 19 technique, 19 first touch. He's got a great array of mental stats there. His physical do let him down, I'm not going to lie. His physical ones do let him down. If you look from his history, from real life, you can see he's a pretty good goal scorer at Villarreal. And the main thing, I think, is that although his value is 19.5 million, he's only on 36k a week and he's playing in the Spanish second division. So if you're a big club, I think you can definitely entice him to come in. And another striker in Spain, Fernando Llorente, you can sign him on a free at the end of the year, agree a contract with him in January. He'll have to get in there straight away because loads of clubs come in for him. He's 27, he's in his peak. His physical stats for a target man: 18 strength, 20 balance, 19 jumping, 18 heading. Get crosses in, 4-3-3, whatever. Just get the balls in. He's tall, he's strong. He's going to score you all sorts of goals. Quality player, no doubt about that. Strikers still is Cardozo. He's 29, so he's getting to the end of his peak. He is slow with 10 pace, but his finishing, long shots, strength, absolute quality. In real life for Benfica, he scored all sorts of goals. Look at that record. Superb. And really, because he's 29, or even next season when he's 30, you can get him for about 4 to 5 million. And I think if you're being a mid-table club, you want someone who's going to score your goals. I think this guy is probably the man to do that. Another target man, Lachina Traore at Angers. The main thing is he's 203 centimetres. He's about 6'6", 6'7", somewhere around there. He's got 16 strength, 19 jumping. He's got good touch as well for a big man. He's got flair. He's only 21, and you can sign him for about 10 million, I think, after the first season. So I'm pretty sure, Angie just signed him for 13. But the following season, it seems to be Samuel Eto'o that's getting all the games. So sometimes he's more willing to move. And for someone so young, I think he could be one of the best big target man style strikers on the game. Moving back into the Premier League, we've got Anderson, a solid player. I don't think he's brilliant. His physical stats are very good. I don't think he's an actual brilliant player in himself. He's not bad. 15s, 14s, pretty solid. But Man U always decide, right, enough's enough. They're getting rid of him for about 4 million. And for 4 million, he doesn't want ridiculous wages, not much more than that. I think he's a great player to have. He can play kind of all around midfield, especially in centre. He's a good solid player, and he's still quite young at 24, so he's got room to improve. Kieran Gibbs is a good player. He's not the best, but he's only 22, so he can improve. But mainly why I've put him on here is not for transfer, it's for loan. Arsenal always want to get him out on loan, and whatever club he'd be in, really, he's a useful signing because left backs are hard to come by. So if you want one for your first team, if you're being like a lower or mid-table Premier League club, good signing. Or even if you want someone who can fill in for your more experienced, better left back at a big club, then I think he's a good signing for that as well. Do another full back. It's Razvan Rat. He's 31, so he's older. You might only get a couple of seasons out of him, but he's got really good solid stats, and he can pick him up for about 2 to 3 million on the transfer list. If you look at real life, he's played at Shakhtar for quite a while now, and quite a big club, Shakhtar, and Champions League club, and he's consistently played a lot of games for them. I think he'd be a good signing, along with Butner, young at Man U. He usually gets loaned out straight away first season, so you might be able to get him on a loan, and then the following season get him for about 2 to 3 million. Again, he's not the best. He's got good solid stats, good mental stats. I think he should have more pace than that from what I've seen of him in real life. He seems to be a pretty pacey customer. But he can play all on the left-hand side. And if you really need to, he can do a sort of job. But all the left-hand side is good enough for versatility. He's played a lot of games for Vitesse in Eredivisie, and he's done well there. Before I forget, move up the list and go on to Zaha. His stats stuck out to me straight away as being actually quite poor. As you can see, stuff like 1 free kicks, 9 finishing, 7 creativity, 3 influence, 7 positioning. It is pretty shocking. But I think what really makes him is that 17 pace and acceleration and 16 dribbling and 15 flair. I bought him for Wolves in the second season of the Premier League. He scored about 18 goals. I think it was just his pace on the counter made him absolutely lethal. At 19, he's only going to improve as well. And you can get him for about £6 million, which I think is well worth it. Another striker, one I pretty much always sign on every save, is Kozak. I mean, he's 23, so he's still got a lot of room for improvement. He's tall, he's heavy, he's a bit of a unit. And he's got 20 heading, 17 jumping, 16 finishing, 16 work rate, 18 strength. He's just a real handful up front, and he can pick him up on the transfer list about 1.7 million right at the very start. And I think for whoever you're being, whether you want cover, out and out goal scorer if you're lower down the league, he's the man for the job. The only thing I would say about him was that he picks up an awful lot of yellows and even red cards. I'm not completely sure why. I don't know whether it's his work rate and the fact that because he's a striker, he's got poor tackling, that he's working so hard to get the ball back, he's just doing silly challenges because his aggression doesn't really stand out. 13's not low, but it's not particularly high. He plays at Lazio, and he's played for them a few seasons and grabbed himself a few goals, but I don't think that's really... When I've had him, he's always scored goals for me. And finally, with 2 centre midfielders who are rated on Football Manager 2012, I've got him in on my shortlist on 13, is Yali. Jali, I'm not sure how you say that, but he's a centre midfielder and defensive midfielder, and he's got... I know some of the stats are blurred out here, sorry for that, but you can see he's got 17 stamina, he's got good solid stats. They can get him for about 1 to 2 million on about 10k a week, and I think he's a bargain at 22 years old. I really do. He always improves a lot. Usually clubs that have signed him for like 2 million in a few seasons' time on this end up selling him for about 9 or 10. So he's a good player if you want to make a bit of tidy profit as well. Same with Yettegard Jensen. 24, still got room for improvement, and he's got good stats already. 16 creativity, 16 passing and first touch. He's like a kind of a technical centre midfield in there, somebody who's got the eye for a pass and a ball. He's got the stats that help him with that. He's got good stamina as well, so he's quite well built for like the top leagues where you've got to be fit. This season for Tromsø, he's done fantastically well with a 7.48 rating, which is quality. He's only 24, so he's been playing a lot of games at an early age there, so definitely well worth a buy. And I'm pretty sure that concludes it for today's video. I will be releasing more videos this time on 2013. I hope you enjoy them and carry on watching them. Please comment, subscribe, whatever, feel free. Right, thank you.